I'm happy to welcome my first guest on the show this morning. He's a geologist with 20 plus years of experience in oil and gas, both domestic and international. He has planned and drilled over 350 wells, unconventional and conventional wells. He's currently president of Denver International Petroleum Society, DIPS, and as well as an entrepreneur. In his spare time, he's a Boy Scout leader and a foster dog parent. Oh, yeah, and he raises chickens.
That's right.
So we have a lot to talk about. Please welcome Tim Rathmann. Tim, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me. Thanks, everyone who's listening.
A little bit about 2nMedia. What are you doing there? You got so many things going on.
It's a little bit of a new venture, and I think I haven't talked to a lot of people about it, but it's just sort of it's part of this way my brain thinks is how I segment out day-to-day life, the day-to-day things, way I see people both professionally and personally. A bit of humor, lots of humor actually.
Lots of humor.
And reality. I try not to get political, but it's more it's getting in depth of behind the scenes of stories, producing new content, videos of my chickens, videos of tutorials. Part of it is to help the academic world do geology tutorials, geology education, oil field education, but at the same time, just behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Well,
you're trying to show a little personality. You're really trying to show a little bit of Tim Rathmann, I think, is kind of what I see in there. And sometimes that's not always easy. We're in this, we want to project professionalism. We want to project, certain things, and it's, sometimes we question, should I be, how light should I be? How entertaining should I be? But, that's what speaks to people. That's what speaks to people, because everybody's feeling pretty heavy right now. And I think if you can come in with some things that help people laugh and chuckle, I think that's a noble cause. I did that for years, really. When I was in sales, I tell people I was more of an entertainer. That was back in the day when it was just the sales job was not necessarily to define technology as much as to build relationships. And, the technology hadn't reached a level that you needed specialists at that point. I mean, it's since developed into that, and that's a whole nother discussion about how that's changed the face of sales from guys like me that were the proverbial jack of all trades, master of none. I wanted to build relationships and network, and then bring the experts in if I had to. And now, I mean, it's kind of a different route. So I love the idea of helping lighten people's day. And I think that's what you're doing a little bit with 2nMedia. So
yeah, no, I hope so. And I mean, it's sort of course, I mean, I'm a little bit late to the game, in terms of folks way younger than us having no problem posting stuff on other platforms and that. But it's a lot of times it's, should I post this? I posted it. Who's going to get offended? Maybe I should delete that. That sort of thought process. But then at the same time, it's like, well, this is me. A lot of employers are looking for that now. A lot of people who need consultants. They just want to know who the real person is.
Well, and I think also it's kind of an authenticity thing. I mean, it's like you need to be who you are. I love when I get comments that indicate that what I'm posting, people that know me, and they say, wow, that's exactly the way you are. What you're posting is exactly the way you are. They say that in a way. And I take that as the highest compliment, because that means what you see is what you get, man. I'm totally transparent. It's authentic. And, I think we probably talked before about the one thing we have that's unique is ourselves. There's no other Tim Rathmann out there doing, this list of things that you're doing and, thinking the way, and same with me. And I think that's, I love the fact that you're courageous. You're taking, overcoming any fear and starting to, peel that away a little bit, peel some of those layers away, and let people see who Tim is.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. No, and it's sort of mindset, kind of got nothing to lose, as long as you do it properly, and
Yeah,
be
sure.
mindful. You got to be extremely mindful of it. A lot of my humor, I mean, folks who know me know I have a sense of humor. You know me, we joked around a lot. I have there's all other sides of everyone, but
Yeah,
it's just a reflection of who I am. And what I'm
exactly.
trying to do is trying to get support, get a little momentum, maybe eventually help others in the
Yeah,
process, and create some jobs, create some mentorship opportunities. And
sure. And you're just being adventurous. You know, you're experimenting. You're testing out some things. And how else do we know how we're gonna move forward if we don't
yeah,
try some things and figure out
yeah,
which is the right path? Because who knows? If these days in oil and gas, I think a lot of people are wondering where is the path? What's the path for me? And
right,
so
right,
you know you're taking the steps and being courageous and getting out there, and I think, you know,
yeah.
good for you, man. That's
No, I
great.
appreciate it. I mean, it's the sort of things, never stop. There's a few little mottos, never stop exploring. And
Yeah,
because if you're kind of, if you're not living, you're dying, sort of.
yeah, exactly. If you're not moving forward, you know, if you're not, there's all those cliches, but I'm
Yeah,
right there with you, you know. And again, it gets back to, if you give somebody a chuckle, man, that's it could be perfect timing for the guy, you know, the guy or
right,
gal.
right.
So I think that's good.